Welcome back, Pacers. I'm Caitlin Richards.
I'm Alex Garrison.
Andre Tidwell.
Marvin Burlington.
This is Peace Talks.
This week on campus, there's a lot going on. Pinata Palooza will be taking place at 4:30 to 6 p.m. in Belk Courtyard today. On Wednesday, October 10th, it is World Mental Health Day. There will be mental health screenings from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Peace Perk. And there will also be a community drum circle from 5 to 6 p.m. in Belk Courtyard. Women's soccer has a game on Wednesday at Meredith College at 6 p.m. Come out and support the rival game. Karaoke night will also take place on Wednesday from 8 to 11 p.m. in Main Parlor. On Thursday, October 11th, Hispanic Latino night will be having a discussion taking place at 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the Pacer Hub Student Commons. There will also be a movie on the lawn. They'll be showing Ant-Man and the Wasp from 8 to 10 p.m. on Main Lawn.
On Friday, October 12th, there will be a Pacer Pride Friday tailgate from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Belk Courtyard. There will be a women's volleyball game at Randolph College beginning at 7:30 p.m. And there's also an Aux party from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in Aux Gym Herman Athletic Center. Saturday, October 13th, there's a women's volleyball match at Mary Baldwin College at 12 p.m. playing Mary Baldwin and Salem College. Women's soccer will be at North Carolina Wesleyan for a game at 2 p.m. Men's soccer has a game at Methodist University at 7 p.m. Now here is Will with the sports updates for this week.
To start out, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Peace soccer team. Over fall break, they had a couple of games. The first one was against Huntington College. They actually tied 2-2 in double overtime. And their next game, they beat Berea 6-1. The team's record is now overall 8-1-4. They are undefeated, 6-0 in conference, and their next game will be against Greensboro College. It will be their final home game, and seniors will be recognized. Seniors Matt Korniski and Alex Velasquez will be recognized. The game will be held at Wake Med Soccer Park on Field 7. Game time is at 3 o'clock p.m. So now, outside of Peace Sports, the MLB playoffs cranked up this past week. In the National League, the Brewers completed a sweep of the Rockies on Sunday night. They will be advancing to their first National League Championship Series for the first time since 2011. In the American League, the Red Sox and the Yankees are currently tied at 1-1. Game 3 will be tonight. And in the NFL, the Browns got their second win of the season this past weekend. They have now won more games this season than their last two seasons combined. Baker Mayfield, being the starter, has definitely paid off so far. It's actually kind of interesting to think the Browns could be 5-0 right now, as they have been in every game very close, but their actual record is 2-1. The Chiefs are remaining dominant. They are now 5-0. They're definitely, without question, the best team in the AFC, but Julian Edelman has returned for the Patriots, and he'll be joining this coming Sunday, so there's definitely a tight battle in the AFC going on. In other NFL news, the Packers kicker this weekend became the first kicker to miss 4 field goals and an extra point since 1980 in their loss to the Vikings. Also, kicker news in the NFL, the Panthers kicker Graham Gano hit a career-long 63-yard field goal with 1 second left in the game to give the Panthers a 33-31 win over the New York Giants. Tune back in next week and we'll cover some more sports.
Now, if you haven't heard, this week there's been a bit of an uproar in the Supreme Court because of Brett Kavanaugh being sworn in. Now, if you haven't heard, he has been in the sexual assault allegation scandal for something he did years ago, apparently. But him still getting sworn in, people are still in an uproar or disagree with it. So how does everybody else feel about that?
I think that, like I was saying last week with the Bill Cosby situation, I think you should take a really thorough investigation of how long it has been and what actually happened and what they have proof of. And so Bill Cosby going to jail 40 years later, I don't know if that was, some punishment should have been there, but I don't know if going to jail was really necessary. But with the Kavanaugh situation, I feel like he shouldn't go to jail, but he definitely should not be sworn into Supreme Court. Somebody that has power, that much power, and doesn't really care what he did or what this woman that he assaulted has to say, he should have really no reason to have this much power.
I
in the
get that,
Supreme
and
Court.
plus, like, you don't want somebody like representing, like, you pretty much represent our country, like somebody with that background.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand that, but from another perspective, like, not saying that she's at fault or anything, but like, why wait so long to bring it to light? Like, that's another like trend I'm seeing with like some of these confessions, like.
But a lot of it is like, let's say if you're a teenager,
Right.
and if you're living with, we'll just do an example, like if you're living with a dad on your
Right.
own.
Yeah.
Like, I would not feel comfortable just being like, oh, hey, Dad, this happened. Like, I wouldn't be brave enough.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified, like, who to even talk to.
Facts.
Like, are they going to believe me? Stuff like that. So a lot of things come into play where she's very, very brave to do that
Yeah.
in front of the whole world. And you don't, I don't know, just...
I know a lot of people have been angry with him being sworn in just because of how the allegations did come up, and a lot
Yeah.
of people are saying it's okay that he was sworn in because
Yeah.
there was only one allegation and they couldn't prove that there was multiple. But my thing is, if there's one allegation and it's been causing so big of an issue lately and they had to even go through an investigation,
Yeah.
that should he even have been sworn in and be in charge of something as big as
Right.
he is now in charge
Yeah.
of, when there was an allegation against him, whether it was true or not, who knows, but if there even is an allegation, do we want someone like that,
Right.
or someone who is even involved in something like
Yeah.
that that's causing so much issues around right now
And
to
I
be
feel-
sworn in?
Yeah, I feel like it's sad in a way too.
Yeah.
Like, especially for women, not just for women, but
Yeah.
like with the whole Me Too movement, that happened, it was like around exactly a year ago today. And so that was a huge conversation, and it's happened throughout the year. And like women doing like rallies, protests, getting their voice out anyway. It almost feels like with this, it's like all the effort that was contributed to even being brave enough, speaking out, feeling like you have people on your side. With him being sworn in, it feels like all of that was kind of taken. And it was like you don't really have people behind you like you thought you did, so it's like a huge step back in a way.
I definitely see what you're
Yeah.
saying right there. Yeah.
Well, and honestly, she probably feels like it didn't hurt him at all. It might have helped him because he got sworn in anyways. So her coming out about that and saying and confessing to all that and going to having to do all the court didn't make a difference. So she's probably regretting even saying anything because of everything that went on in the tabloids and everything. It
Well-
probably is making her second guess herself.
I wonder, like, do they take in account like this, like making these decisions, like how would it look on us as a country, or how like just how it makes it like look, how it makes us look in general, like.
Exactly,
do,
how
like,
it makes our
just not
government,
care?
our system work.
Like, yeah,
how it makes
exactly,
our
like-
government system work.
Yeah, like-
not very good.
I feel like this isn't about like if you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't about that at all. I feel like just human values. Like, this is not right at all. So no matter what political party side you're on,
Exactly.
you should feel some type of way about this and know that this isn't okay.
Well, and whether it was true or not, there's no proof it's not true. There's no proof. I mean, there's the only proof that that it is true is
It's the
what
word
she
of mouth.
says, but there's no proof that it isn't.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was still sworn in is a little.
Yeah, I
Hard
feel
to-
like it kind of also goes into council, like, you know how women rights campaign and, like, you know, we're for all women, like protecting our women and stuff like this. But when things like this happen, and we do, and like this is an outcome of it, it's like, okay, like we have this, but are we not, you know, we're not acting on it. We're not showing any support behind that.
But the thing is, not to cut you off, but as you look through history, women haven't been held to an equal or above standard as men ever.
True.
Women
Can't argue that.
always have been looked at as inferior to males.
Right.
Always. This may be worldwide. I don't even know if that's just here.
Yeah.
That's the thing. No, in history, never people have said, or the people in power have said, hey, let's have the women have an equal say. When they put the stuff in the Constitution, it's basically for white males.
That's fine.
That's how it's been. And now with all this stuff going on, we see why and how things are going this way, because it's been built this way, and it's going to continue to go this way until something changes, either in their mind or in their place of power, which will maybe never happen. I hope it does. I really want it to.
Yeah.
But from what I'm looking at and I'm seeing, or what we're all seeing, is getting worse and worse and worse. And we're seeing every day through the actions of the media, people in power, or just other people in general, with people not having conversations or not having a frame of mind to change or see the other side of things. It just get more and more divided. And it's gonna end bad one day if it keeps going this route. So we gotta do our best to change it.
And then, like, how is this gonna look for, like, guys? Are they gonna just think, oh, well, he was, like, ruled into Supreme Court. He still, you know, got his way. So is it okay to, like, mess with girls? And just hopefully nobody
the
will.
on all that for everyone.
I mean,
So
for a gossip shit, I feel like if any guy thinks like that, I feel like you was not raised. Just for the simple fact, even if that does happen, if your mind goes there, I just feel like you wasn't raised.
But guys do this, so it's like, what do they think about
Exactly, yeah.
when they do it?
That's the
And it's hard to speak for like a whole sex. Like it's hard to speak because we're all different.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to speak, but that's just how I feel. I feel like if you ever think that way, like I feel like you should know better. If you wasn't raised that way, you grow up and you realize different things. I feel like at this time, you should already know, like, you know, what's right and what's wrong. At some point, you realize that, and I feel like you should definitely realize that is wrong. Even if you don't do it, but you have that mental thought, is wrong.
I just hope it doesn't divide the nation even more, because already it was like 24 hours after that happened. There's already been so many rallies and protests and stuff, and it just seems like now it's like there's always like protest after protest, and it's just kind of splitting, and people are getting more mad.
But are we getting anything done with this?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's like, is this more of a turning point of, well, we need to know how to come together more on this?
Yeah.
Or is it going to divide the nation even more? Like, it's hard to say. I think it's kind of a hard point right now in this time.
I feel like with the protest thing, people are kind of protesting the wrong way. Instead of going out there and doing just rallies, how about doing stuff with the money you got in your pocket, or the voice you have, or getting together people or neighborhood to actually make the change you want to see, instead of just shout and argue. Because that shouting is, like I said, the shouting has not really done much but bring awareness. If you want to have change, you need to bring more than just awareness.
I feel that problem with that though is like, people don't really know how to go about it. Like it's like, I guess you look at it. We look at history, all we know is the protest. So it's like, I feel like when something happens, that's the first thing they know to do, because that's what they know of. So,
and there's so much anger behind it.
Exactly, yeah, too. Yeah. So it's like they're just reacting. And so I feel like that's another part. Is like, what's a thorough way we can go about it and actually get change?
That's the question.
Exactly.
Who's going to lead the charge to bring the people in the right direction, to bring the change we want to see in the world? That's the domino we need. It's a leader. Right. Who's ever brave enough to stand up, take the heat, all that. I have no idea who that is.
Now for something a little more lighthearted, the State Fair is only days away. Opening day is this Thursday until the 21st. What do you guys like to do at the fair? What's your favorite part?
Fried Snickers. I go to the fair just literally for fried Snickers. Like I can literally go there, get my fried Snickers, and leave and be perfectly happy. I don't need to ride no rides, walk around, nothing. That's one of my fried Snickers.
I also like the food of the State Fair. I usually go and I get the same thing every time. I usually get a corn dog, then I get a corn on the cob, and then I get kettle corn and a bloomin' onion. Every time, never fails.
That's a lot of corn.
It is a lot of corn.
I like candy apples. That's my thing. Candy apples, and then the rides.
The rides are fun too.
Yep.
I had a drawback from candy apples when I had my braces, so that kind of just ruined it for me. So now if I bite into an apple just in general, I'm just like, I just think twice about it.
What do you like?
Fried Oreos and customized sweaters and t-shirts, bandanas, hats.
Are you going with that? I ain't seen nobody customize t-shirt, bandana, hats since
Listen,
childhood days.
As a kid, that was my favorite thing. And if I go back this year, I might do that again, just because I ain't been there so long.
You know what, man? You just reminded me. I went to the fair one time and I got a customized hoodie, and I lost it before we left the fair.
Man.
It was white. It was clean too.
I like going to the fair and walking around to all the different tents that they have in the different buildings. There's a lot of free stuff. I come back with a bunch of free stuff I don't need, but it's still free stuff.
My favorite is going all day, of course, but like nighttime with all the lights and everything, it gets a little bit cooler, and then you can ride rides and like look down at all of the lights everywhere, or else have dinner there. I like nighttime at the fair, and then the fireworks.
The fireworks over the lake are really nice.
Yeah.
I like them. Those are one of my favorite parts of the fair.
So what's the new food y'all gonna try?
I don't know. I saw on the website this Cinnamon Toast Crunch apple cobbler bites that you kind of drew, and it got ice cream in the middle. Like it kind of caught my attention. I saw Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You already had my attention there. I'm a huge cereal fan, so I'm already
I think
there.
I'm gonna try the shrimp and grits egg roll. It sounds a little weird, but I really like shrimp and grits and I really like egg rolls, so hopefully it'll be a good combo.
I don't know what I'll try. I'm not a fan of bacon. I'm
What?
not. Yeah, I don't
Oh
like
my
bacon. I don't like sweets that much. So like the Snickers and
What
everything.
about deep fried meatball? That could be interesting. Isn't a meatball already kind of fried?
No,
I guess
not
it's breaded. There's bread in it.
The country ham and cheddar cheese hush puppies. I may try one of those.
I might go ahead and try the chocolate chip hush puppies. It may be kind of nasty, but it looks like I'll have a good time eating. So
Chicken ranch pizza.
I like how
I'd be
they
down.
described it. Chocolate chip hush puppies with, what is it? Southern chocolate gravy and powdered sugar. Like when I think of chocolate, I don't think of gravy though. But I think I get what they're saying though. But I'm just saying like.
You know what I like? Okay,
What's that?
I sound like such an old person. Okay, so in I think it's the 4-H building, you can go in there, and for, I think it's 50 cents, you can get a little container of chocolate covered peanuts.
But they're good though. I'm not even mad at you. Chocolate peanuts are amazing.
That's totally not a fair food, but that's how
They used to have a tent where you could get a bunch of free pickles and stuff. I like
Ooh, I
that
love
tent.
pickles.
Last year they were out of them, so
But I
hopefully
want
make
fried
them.
pickles. Like you said, pickles. Like
I just like corn with butter. That's good. There.
It says they have unicorn
Bro.
bacon and jalapeno Cheetos bacon. I might try the jalapeno Cheetos bacon. I don't know if I'd like the unicorn bacon.
all right, unicorn
It says
bacon.
it's dipped in glaze and rolled in fruity pebbles.
Oh, that sounds. Hold on, that's bacon though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds
But the
good. Hold on,
jalapeno
it's bacon.
Cheetos one is like the it's kind of like the Cheetos corn, but instead on the corn it's a piece of bacon.
Yeah, I think I would definitely go with the jalapeno Cheetos bacon versus the unicorn. Bacon on a stick, dipped in glazed rolls and fruity pebble syrup. I love the fruity pebble syrup. You didn't go wrong
Yeah.
there, but with
I mean, it's
bacon
kind of
though,
like breakfast all in one piece of bacon. you
But,
know?
I mean-
you're getting your cereal in, you're getting the glaze, and then you're
the
getting
glaze.
I mean,
It's glaze
roll.
for breakfast.
cinnamon roll, and then you're getting the piece of bacon.
I mean, I get it, but when I eat cereal, I don't have like a full-blown breakfast like with bacon and everything. I
Yeah.
eat cereal and just
but
keep it
now you
moving, but
can.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't even
Like,
eat cereal for breakfast. If I eat cereal, it's watching a movie. That's my movie food. It's cereal.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. No, cereal's any time of the day, honestly.
Do you guys ride rides at the fair? Do you trust them?
nope. I seen Final Destination too many times. I
See, I
can't do it.
avoided that.
I don't trust them, but I like going on them anyways. I love
Yeah,
rides.
that's how I am.
Last year I bought the like unlimited ride pass or whatever for $31, and we went late at night and we just rode all these rides. The problem is the lines are so long
It
sometimes.
takes forever, like all
that
day.
It's not even worth buying the unlimited ride pass unless you either go really, really early or really late when no one's there. But I do love the roller coasters. They're a little creepy, but I love them. And then the only ride I won't do is like the spaceship one where you're like standing and then it feels like you're
Yeah.
going up in a spaceship. It just does not feel good.
I can deal with heights, but spinning that.
Yeah.
to me,
Oh no, I
just
wanted
don't.
that. It's like a spaceship thing. You step in, it just spins
Yeah, that
around. I wanted that once. I was like, after like 30 seconds, I was like, okay, I'm good to go. We just kept spinning. I felt like I was in there for like
it does
2
not
minutes.
feel
I was
good.
like, never again. I didn't even eat before. I was like, never again. Like, but I just go just to eat. Honestly, I need to find a way like I can get like a pass. I can just go in and get free food. And that would be amazing.
They should
Like,
have that. That'd be a good idea. They do it for drinks or for like alcoholic drinks. They have a
Yeah.
pass for that, but for food they need one.
Hey, I don't drink though. I'm old enough, but I just don't drink. So it's like,
Have any of you guys ever seen like any of the shows that they've had at the fair? I haven't.
Like
I've heard some of them are pretty
like
good.
BMX
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
Or
like the BMX shows
okay,
and
so
the magic shows or any of like the concerts. I
The
haven't done any of them.
BMX and the skateboarding, I forget like what it's called, but that's like a thing I did with my brothers every single year because we all grew up skateboarding.
yeah.
And so every year at the state fair, I would go with them and watch that, and that was a little stunt show for us. And then we would go back to riding rides and stuff. But That's fun to watch. Just because I
Maybe
grew
I'll
up in the
look into it
skateboarding.
this year. Whenever I go, it's always too busy for the shows. It's just too crowded, and we're just like, we'll just go to the food instead.
Are any of y'all fan of the big oversized turkey legs that they have?
Ooh, I like those,
No.
but I
yeah,
normally
most
get them at the
No.
Renaissance Festival instead.
Most deaf. I would mess a turkey leg up in the heart. No hesitation. Date or not, like, I'm just. Hey, you
My
have to watch
problem
me
is
eat.
there's so much other food that you
Unless you
can't
want to.
get in any other places
Yeah.
that I'd rather get than turkey leg. Like you can get a turkey leg at like the Renaissance Festival
Yeah.
or
that's
some
right.
concert, like outdoor concerts have them.
I even
I'm just
have
like I'd rather get
Aztec
some
legs.
fried food that I shouldn't be eating because it's so bad for you that you can't get anywhere else than get a turkey leg that is just.
I'm convinced like it would be like a deep fry or something, and then just
They
like
should
have
do-
deep fried Reese's in my house.
They
and
should
stuff,
do like a deep fried turkey leg with like cheese in it or something fancy like that. for the
Okay,
fair.
I'm not knocking that. I'm with that actually. That just sounds
Yeah,
good.
see?
Now I'm hungry. Like
Did y'all ever try the deep fried bubble gum?
No.
No.
Did you?
I don't know how I
No.
feel. Like
What? It's
I don't
just like
know.
just
I tried
chewing
the
on
deep fried
fried.
Nutella. That was good. You basically just buy and it's just Nutella everywhere.
no, it's just chocolate.
But I mean, it tasted like Nutella.
Gotcha.
I can't wait for the fair now. Talking about all this. I'm
about-
ready.
I'm hoping I'm able to go this year.
I just want to eat the fair.
I will definitely be going. I will definitely be going when they have the student discount day on Friday. I will definitely be going when they have where you bring the canned goods
I'll definitely be able.
and getting free. I think it's 5 cans this year and you get in free. Definitely be doing that because the cans are only like 60 something cents.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Don't get stuck in traffic.
I swear.
Find free parking. That's important.
Walk. It's down the road.
That's all for this week. Keep talking peace.